You guys want to tell a story or not?
Maybe we should avoid that story.
Yeah, maybe we should. Morning.
What's up, Greyhounds?
Today we're going to be reading crazy high school stories.
We also put it on our Instagram story, so a lot of you guys sent some in, and they're actually really shocking. Get my list out. Freshman year, I was in biology with some friends, and we have like the lab desks, and they all have like drawers in them. And one day I had a sandwich for lunch. It was a roast beef and provolone sandwich, and and my friend was like, "I really want some meat." So she was like, "Do you have any?" And I was like, "Well, I have like this roast beef for my sandwich." So she like proceeds to pull it out of my sandwich and like was gonna eat it. And then she's like, "This is gross." So she puts it in the drawer of the biology lab desk. So we left it there overnight. And then I don't think our teacher noticed for like a couple of days. And it started to smell. Because like, you know, meat in a drawer like stinks. So it started to smell, and so he like saw it in there, and he knew who sat at that desk. So he was like, "Hey, like, did you guys like put roast beef in like a drawer?" And we did. He left after freshman year.
No. Did you get him fired?
No.
No.
He was.
One that I really wanted to share is from junior year. We had at our high school a lot of spirit days, and one of them that I was personally very excited for is meme day. However, meme day happened to fall around the winter time on what was maybe going to be a snow day. And now usually I would be super excited about this. Who doesn't love a snow day? A day off, play in the snow. That's pretty much it. I was complaining in first period math class about this potential snow day because I wanted my meme day. I want to skip school, play in the snow when I could come to school dressed as my favorite meme, which was JoJo Siwa.
Love her.
Don't we all? My math teacher is just relentlessly making fun of me for being the only person ever to not want a snow day. She's like, "Who wouldn't want a snow day?" And I'm like, "Well, obviously I want one, but you know what I want a little bit more than that? Is meme day." Luckily, they made the next day meme day, so there was really no reason to complain. So we go into school that day. We all had a great little break, playing in the snow, maybe made a snowman or two.
It wasn't even snow that day.
There wasn't even snow that day.
Yeah, it just kind of rained. Anyway, continue.
Made a rain man, maybe. He starts the class by saying, "Guys, I made a meme." And we're like, uh-oh, like an adult making a meme. And she just holds up a picture of my face that she printed out and stretched from the yearbook. And it says, "No one ever, I don't want a snow day," with a picture of me on it. And she taped it to her wall, and it was up for the rest of the year.
At our school, we have this chorus concert.
This is like a speech.
Yeah.
Attention graduates, class of 2020.
At our school, we have this chorus concert called Cabaret, which is basically where you dress up in costumes, sing, and dance. Best time of the whole year, but a ton of work.
A little enunciation, please.
You can work on your diction.
You know what? You guys want to read it for me?
Yeah.
We would have to stay after school until about 10 p.m. every day during tech week.
Every day. So you stutter regardless.
Okay! On this day, we decided to go get some Chick-fil-A right after school before rehearsal. After sitting down to eat our Chick-fil-A, our chorus director walks in and orders. By the time we are done with our food, he is still there enjoying his meal. This is where things don't add up. We leave Chick-fil-A to go back to school, and then when we get there, who do we see? Our chorus director! How he got there before us and when he was still eating when we left, no idea.
I don't think I've ever been like embarrassed in front of the class. Like you always hear those like really crazy stories, like my teacher called me out, or like it was horrible, and like all the books and movies and stuff, but like I don't think that was like ever really common in our school. Freshman year I had Spanish, and I remember I sat in like the back of the class. I sat in the back of the class, like very last row, and I was next to my friends, and like I'm pretty good at Spanish. I'm not bad at it, I will say. Just a couple days of school, I forget why, maybe I was like sick or something.
Skipping.
We're doing like warm-ups, and there was like 5 questions. I think the first 2 were about something, and the last 3 were about something else. So I knew the answer to question 3 because we had learned that when I was there, but the other 2 questions were about something I missed. And
Birds want to say something real quick.
Yeah, they have some crazy high school stories.
Someone didn't know the answer to question 2, so I raised my hand. I wrote on question 3, and she was like, "Birds really want to say something."
What do you guys want?
she calls on me, and I was like, oh no, I don't know the answer to question 2, but I know the answer to question 3. And she was like, well, no you do, come on. I was like, I really just don't know the answer. I wasn't here. And she was like, no, come do it, you can do it. So I'm up there doing it, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I was circling random words, scratching out like I had no idea. I just stand there knowing I had failed, and she's like, yeah, okay, so Mary Alice, will you come finish this problem, and Sage, will you please sign up for tutoring on the front of the classroom, and this whole row, will you please scooch one back? Adelina sitting in the front for the rest of the year, in front of the whole class. That was like the first month of school. I was so embarrassed.
First month of high school.
Welcome to my math motif. One of the best teachers I think I've ever had. He was insane, but like in the best way possible. And it was like really, you just had to cross your fingers that he was ready to teach your day that you happened to be there. Hopefully you were there every day that you should be there. One day, you're taking notes, having a good time. The next day, he gives you a worksheet, but no time to complete it because he's just going off on like some random observational comedy, whether it be like nail polish and why it's so weird, or he was like a brilliant math teacher and just saw the world in such a different way. And it was like, basically the way that the class worked is like Monday we would take notes, Tuesday we would practice, Wednesday we would test on it. Or like Wednesday would be like quiz, Thursday would be review, then Friday's test, and then you just repeat. Like, it was such a routine. Usually we wouldn't get anything done because he would be ready to just go off on a tangent about who knows what. Not a secant, a tangent. Math pun. And then he likes to say, this is a direct quote from him, I like games and your grades are my toys. And basically what that means is he would put a marker in the middle of the room, just an expo marker from the whiteboard in the middle of the room, and say if you can stand here and make it into the trash can, the quiz today won't count. But if you miss, it counts for double. And then he would just sit at his desk and wait. And us as a class would have to like decide if we wanted to take this opportunity. If we chose not to throw it at all, it would just count regular. I can tell you my class never took it. But there were some... Not even once.
Oh, wow.
There were some heated debates. Like, it would go, and he would just sit there and, like, watch us, like, go crazy, just sitting in his room trying to, like, figure out if we should take it or not. Some days he was, like, Jerry Seinfeld, and other times he was just a little serial killer. Looking back, it was fun. Day of, definitely very stressful, but no regrets, you know?
This was sent in by Skylar. She used to be a cheerleader.
Skylar last name.
Skylar
Cheerleader.
Peacock. It's a short but a sweet story. Right? Does that make sense? Short but sweet? Okay.
Yes, that is what they say.
Sophomore year, my clam chowder blew up in the microwave and I cried.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, so much build-up. That's so funny.
Panera has good clam chowder. Maybe it was like one of those like bowls.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, so she's Skylar Panera.
Yeah. Forgot.
It's alright.
You got it.
Honest mistake. Peacock Panera.
But how much time did you put it in the microwave for it to blow up?
You put butter in the microwave till it turned into water.
Oh, I've done that.
It's not water, it's melted butter.
Uh-oh.
Watery consistency. Yeah.
So liquid.
Yes.
There it is.
Thank you.
Come back next week and we're gonna vlog our butter party.
Okay. We actually met sophomore year in our lit class. We had like one of the best teachers at Pope, in my opinion. He's awesome.
Amazing.
I love him. So,
Sorry, other teachers at Pope, you guys aren't as good.
Does anyone from Pope any teachers watch your stuff?
I don't know.
the teacher's awesome, and we'd have like work days.
Yeah.
And we would just like journal or whatever. I remember one day he left the room. He would always leave the room to like go get lunch or like do whatever, you know, while we're having work time. It didn't really matter.
Mr. Smith would always do that, and that'd be so funny because everyone would just be like, okay guys, for the answers during our quizzes.
Yeah, he trusted us a little too much.
Yeah. One day, someone locked him out of the classroom, turned off all the lights, got on his computer and played Fortnite videos. Thank goodness he brought his keys so we can get back in. But like, he came in and we were just watching Fortnite, and like, he didn't change it.
Yeah, he just let us keep watching.
Yeah, and I remember he would also, like, he's a really big Avengers Marvel guy, and I remember every time like a trailer would come out, he would play it for us. But guys, oh my god, I have to watch it. And he would watch it like every single class.
We would watch it like twice.
Yes,
yeah.
he like was
We would just
obsessed.
replay it.
Yeah, and I remember like also, I would go into his class during lunch a lot sophomore year, and he would give me like he gave me a list of all the Marvel movies I had to watch, and that's why we watched Thor Ragnarok together.
Yes, Ragnarok. It's a good movie.
Never heard of that.
Uh-oh. Someone needs a list.
Leave.
Get out. This house is only for Ragnarok
to leave his
fans.
own house.
No, I'll go. This past year, senior year, and it ties perfectly into the video that is on my channel.
Oh yeah.
Go check out his video, self-promo, no shame. It'll be right here if I remember.
You better remember,
I
or I'll
usually
cry
don't.
a little bit.
If it's not here, it'll definitely be in the description.
It'll be in the description below.
If I remember.
Me and Sage, our senior year, were MCs, and basically that means we're like the spirit leaders of the school. We did pep rallies, spirit days, such as meme day, and that was a callback. One very amazing and very fun thing that we got to do was freshman kidnapping, where we go to a freshman who has a senior sibling and wake him up super early, like 4 a.m., and dress him up in silly outfits, bring him to school, make him run around. It's a good time, for us at least. And because of how early we had to get up to do this fun little activity, which by the way, vlog of that is currently up on my channel. There's the shameless plug. Second period rolls around and I am just exhausted. I had been up since like 3 a.m. running around with crazy freshmen and crazy MCs. We were having such a good time. Second period, I'm in math class, as I seem to always be, and I just fall asleep. Like, I'm out. And my math teacher comes over and she like comes down like on my level because I'm like here, and she like gets down like, and she goes, Adam? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, promise me that you're gonna do this worksheet over the weekend. And I'm like, yeah, no, of course. And she's like, okay, good night. And then I just fall back asleep for the rest of class.
Oh my god.
No, it was Taylor.
Oh.
She's really
Coco
nice.
would never have done that.
No, Miss Taylor's the best.
I
The
have one more
Bonko.
story, guys. I've written out just for you. Don't forget to subscribe.
Did you get it peer edited?
No?
Like a red pen and stuff?
You know, I should have thought of more stories about Mr. Witness. I didn't even
Oh,
forgot
he's the
about
best.
him.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny.
I have a story that didn't even end up happening because of Corona, but during fourth period, this is a bonus story.
That
I'm
makes
sorry.
no sense. You just made up the story.
No, it was gonna happen, but it never ended up being able to because COVID happened like right during it.
One time, everyone says he looks like Toby from The Office.
He
So
does.
He does.
freshman year, this kid in my class at the end of his PowerPoint put a picture of him and he got really mad. Put a picture of Toby at the very end of his PowerPoint.
I remember sophomore year on Halloween, I made a joke about it to Sage in Holman's class. And I over to Sage and I say, hey, is Witness dressed up as Toby today for Halloween? He wasn't dressed up, he was just himself, but he looks like Toby.
Yeah.
And then you go and turn around and ask him.
So it actually,
Yeah, I was like,
that.
Sage, I was kidding.
He actually got really mad at me. He was like,
Yeah.
so I never had him. So I remember like, my mom worked at our school, and like the end of like before we left for Corona, he was like, how's your plumbing going? Like, how's
What? So my mom works for this school, right? And so he came up to me and said, how's your plumbing going?
So he knew.
I
He
get it.
followed her
A
on
story.
he followed her on Facebook.
I want to follow him on Facebook.
And in November we had like November. This was like February. He asked me. In November we had like this big like pipe problem, like a bit like digging in our yard. I guess she posted pictures of it on Facebook.
Funny.
This year for Cabaret, 5 friends and I decided to do our own little performance during the show, which Sage was in. It was our sophomore year and we had choreographed a dance to the song, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun.
Yes,
It was
I remember
truly
that.
iconic.
Yes.
It really was iconic.
It was
actually.
really good, yeah.
Thanks, guys. A few days before the show, we usually run the whole set to make sure everything is ready to go. When our turn came around, we set everything up on the stage and we're ready to start. By the way, like the setting up of the stage is not just like we got on the stage. Like we had to put like this whole couch on it, and then we had to put our robes on and sit, and we were like sleeping because that's how we
We had
started
like
it.
props. We had like a whole thing going on.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And by the way, we were so nervous because we were sophomores and we had never really done anything like on our own, like singing out loud. And we were all ready, and instead of the sound of our music, we get our lovely chorus teacher, love you, Miss Johns, yelling at us, telling us to get off the stage right now. And it was really traumatic for us.
She had been mad because she'd been mad because people hadn't been sending them their music, and we did send our music in, but there was some
It's
problem.
like in the wrong format.
And she like terrified screaming, like, get off that stage! Send me your music!
Yeah, and we got off that stage so mad, like on the verge of tears.
Like,
Did you,
I
like-
remember I was cussing in my microphone and I was scared that it was on.
And we never got to really perform it in front of like an audience before our actual time, like during the show. We were so nervous, but it turned out to be really good.
It was really good.
Here, like, I'm gonna tell the stories that y'all submitted in because these are crazy.
Crazy.
This one's actually from our school, keep in mind. Freshman year, a kid handed out a bunch of edibles to people, but no one knew they were edibles.
No way.
I don't know if that's true.
That's insane. You know what that reminds me of? Completely unrelated, but one day at lunch, somebody walked in like a morph suit covered in fidget spinners. And
What?
just
Did
like
we go to the same school? Was it you?
it could have been very easily. No, it was someone from Savvy's class, because he like wheels in a tripod, and then someone else comes in just covered in fidget spinners.
Oh my God.
And then he gets down on his knees and he goes like this, and he goes, "Somebody spin me!" and just stands there until someone comes over and just spins one of his fidget spinners.
I'd be so uncomfortable.
It was
Oh my
so
gosh.
funny.
Ready, next one. This is not from our school, thank God. I don't know what I would do if I saw this. Poop in the corner of the bathroom. I can't.
Ew.
I can't. I
That's
cannot. What? Ugh.
I was afraid you were gonna say in a classroom. And like at least it was the
Like in
bathroom.
the corner of the classroom.
Yeah.
Oh my
Can you imagine? Holman leaves the room.
Oh,
gets out.
my God. There's actually several about like milk. One's not from our school. It's just a friend who lives in like Kentucky, but he said, I chugged a gallon of milk at our last school tailgate, did it in front of the entire school, and threw up halfway through.
Wow.
Oh my
I
God,
think-
I would throw up milk so quick. Oh my God.
That'd be so
Disgusting.
like I just want to know why. Like, why do they have milk at a tailgate?
I mean, why do we chug
Probably-
Mountain Dew at the end of our chorus concert?
Oh.
Remember that thing that goes.
Is that what I sounded like?
Yeah. So this apes teacher, she's like, that's environmental science, and it's like also the zoology classroom. Really, really nice lady, just like really unorganized. Like her classroom is really just like a zoo. Okay.
It is. So good.
There's like, so,
Yeah.
like, they're like makeshift cages. Like one of the Benny cages was like this desk at the top, and she just had like put locker shelves like up against it, like a zip tied together. And I remember like there was a hole, so she like broke like half a wagon and just like taped it on the side. Like
Oh
it was just
God.
very like weird, okay? And she was constantly losing her animals. So I wasn't actually, I had minimum day, so I left early this day, but the birds escaped, like a dove or something. He was just gone. And everyone was looking for him. And then they were also looking, like I think they also lost like a hamster or something. So I remember I called my mom on the way home, and my friends had been telling me they were like searching looking for animals, and she like made everyone split up in different hallways and just like walk up and down during class. Like instead of doing anything, they're just like looking for these two animals. And I had just heard about a bird being lost. So I called my mom and I was like, Mom, like this is so funny, you'll never guess what happened, like the bird's gone. And she was like, I know, like that poor girl, like that poor hamster. And I was like, huh? And she was like, yeah, the hamster's gone. And I was like, that's gone too? It's like, she's been missing so many animals. Like, it was like the
my
same
gosh.
day. And like, I'm pretty sure she found the birds, like, the hamster just like wasn't returned.
I'm gonna tell the story of when there was a bird loose in the cafeteria.
Oh, you want to tell that one?
There was a bird.
I have a
loose in the
really funny
cafeteria.
perspective on that story because I wasn't there, but because I was a student aide for our vice principal. I was in her office, like organizing her papers when it happened, and we're just sitting there probably chatting while I'm like alphabetizing her files. She gets a call on her walkie, and we hear, so there's a bird loose in the cafeteria. We need to get someone down there to catch this bird in the cafeteria. And we just look at each other and start cracking up. It was so funny.
My friend that was in my 8th class with me, he played soccer, and they had like an after hours meeting after practice or something, and she was still there. And she came into the meeting and was like, hey, like, have y'all seen an iguana anywhere? And they're like, no. And she's like, oh, okay. And like, what's funny is like, there's no iguana in our classrooms. Like, obviously she didn't find it. She said that she flashed her entire pit at a show in the musical theater, which like, I feel like is pretty common.
Pit?
The pit, like the, you know what that is.
Oh, I thought you
Like
meant.
the-
I thought you said pit, but meant tit. Like she flashed her entire pit.
No, the pit is like the music, the live music underneath the stage.
Mhm.
Is that how you say
Yeah.
that?
Flash
Okay.
that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Her senior year.
Quicker.
awesome guy. Really like him. He's
Wait,
like
who?
Green.
Oh.
Like one of my favorite teachers of Pope. He's super funny. And we'd have like quizzes. We'd have 2 quizzes every unit. So we'd have like one that counted and one that didn't count. And so if it was the first one that counted, the second one you could like get a higher grade and then like it would replace it, you know? So I think that was like the case. So we were on the second quiz of the unit and there was some problem with like AP College. Dr. D came in our classroom first period.
She's so funny. I love her.
She was so mean this time though.
Yeah, well.
And she came in and was like talking to him about how not many people would sign up for the AP board. Okay? And it was on the board, so it's not like he hadn't been telling us about it.
He told us this story.
Really?
Yeah.
So she came in and she's like just talking to him like angrily and he's like arguing with her like I can't board or whatever. And so anyways, like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes they're arguing. And then she's like, come outside with me. And she just like goes like off on him for like the whole class period. Like I think he came in with like 5 minutes to spare. And we're supposed to have a quiz that period. So as that's happening, everyone's kind of like, what's going on? Like, and everyone's like, okay, sign up for AP classroom right now. Like we can't get him in more trouble. So everyone signed up. And then he comes back in and he's like, all right, 100s on all the quizzes. Like you guys get 300s.
Oh my god.
To me, my parents forgot the tickets at graduation, and he happened to be at the door when my mom like was just like sobbing to the will call person that like she forgot the tickets. And he came up to me, and while we were like preparing for graduation, and he came up to me and was like, so is it true? And I'm like, is what true? And he's like, did you really forget the tickets? I overheard your mom giving them this like sob story. And I'm like, I don't know what she said, but yeah, we did forget the tickets. And he's like, okay. And then like walks away. It was really funny. I think that our last story we should share at the same time.
I don't have another story.
Ready? Which one go?
And
I
I
had
had
a
a
car,
witness
walking down the
class,
hallway.
And on
They
each
made
air,
this
the
thing
in the hallway, they
came
have
to
these things
my
called
air
classes.
filter
And, like,
and
in each
died.
classroom, they're like students
And then the
and
next
teachers,
day-
they had
textbooks.
like all the
It's
phones
basically where
from
the bulk
7th
of the word
period.
is.
The next day my
Really
mom
funny.
had to
when I
like
was
pull
walking down
out
the
her
hallway,
bare
I turned
hands.
into
And
a
that's
classroom.
basically it.
And I just sat
And
down and started learning
So
and
then
like
there was like
taking
the
notes.
blood and the guts were like
It happened
everywhere.
actually most days,
And
but I think that's pretty funny.
then
and
this
worth
guy took a video of my
sharing.
mom like taking a rat out of my air filter.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a good one. Okay guys, that's it for our stories. Don't forget to subscribe to Adam. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to us after you subscribe to Adam.
No, before. I think that would make sense. Unless you want him to come back.
No, yeah, they have to come back too.
Okay,
And then,
so watch my video, then go back and subscribe to them.
exactly. And like and comment. Because it really helps our channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comment below your favorite high school story.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna read them.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want us to do a part 2 and then more people can send in stories.
Yes.
Kind of last minute.
It's kind of last minute, kind of silly. We're just vibing.
Yeah, you know, living life on the edge. Living like Larry. Okay.
Alright, peace out guys. Bye.
Bye.